Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. We are back again today with a review of my fantasy team for round 2. So let's get straight into it. It was a little bit better of a round for me. I went up 9,000 ranks, which sounds really good until you realize I'm still ranked in the 30,000s, so still got a lot of work to do. Best 18 came to the rescue for me. I scored just under 1,800, 1,793 was my score in the end, and I was ranked 25,000th roughly for the round. I had quite a few really good scores, but just as many absolute stinkers. Now, let's get into some of those scores here. So my back line, no one scored a ton in the back line. Jaden Short followed up his 85 in round 1 with another 85 in round 2, so consistency. His price isn't going up or down, so I mean, I guess he's a fine placeholder for now, but I was hoping for a little bit more from him. Matt Roberts doing what he needs to do. I brought in Sam de Koning, didn't quite back up what he did in round 1. I thought that Rowan Marshall was going to be playing forward again. He wasn't. He still went up plenty in price, but there's a bit of a flag on him now that he might be going back into the back line pretty soon because, yeah, he got monstered by Rowan Marshall, who probably wasn't 100% fit going into that game. So he still has a super low break even. He's still going to make plenty of cash for at least one more week, you would think. But yeah, he might be out of the team sooner rather than later. Then I had no choice but to bring Trainer and Zach Reed on field. Neither of them really did a whole lot. In the midfield, there were some good scores here. Jordan Dawson, awesome. Connor Rosie, I had the captaincy on him and he did not disappoint. I figured that if he could score 112, I think it was, against Collingwood when his team got obliterated, he should be able to go to another level when he's on the winning team, because Port Adelaide were always going to win that game against Richmond and they were always going to do it comfortably. So I had no doubt that he was going to post a good score, and that he did. I think he was maybe second highest scorer for the round overall. I did have the vice captaincy on Will Day. That was a bit of a mistake. I meant to put it on Tom de Koning. Didn't really cost me because de Koning only just cracked a ton in the end, and Rosie far outscored both of them. Clayton Oliver also did well. Nathan O'Driscoll, he looks like a good pick. I brought in Levi Ashcroft. He did more than enough. I shouldn't have fielded Campriali. He scored 76 in round 1. And I was hoping he was going to back that up against Hawthorn, but didn't even get close. So he is going back on the bench this week, that's for sure. And I might field. I'm not sure what other rookie I would field, whether it be Sam Lawler or Murphy Reed, or yeah, I'm not sure who it would be, but I don't think I'm going to be fielding Campriali again after that. Max Gawn in the ruck, yeah, bit disappointing. Tom de Koning already spoke about 107, did more than enough. He is a very good value pick, but Gawn, hopefully it was just a tough matchup against Cherry. Cherry didn't even really score that much himself. He only scored 90, so it's not like he had a super great performance, fantasy-wise at least. I honestly thought Cherry would have scored more than that. He seemed like, to the eye, he was playing pretty well, but guess not. Horne-Francis up forward, man, what was that? There was like 6 players for Port Adelaide who scored a ton. Rosie scored 145. All of the Port Adelaide players were getting amongst the scorers. They had like nearly 500 disposals for the game, and God, what is that? 62? And how many free kicks did he give away? Just, I might have to hold on to him, and I mean, there's every chance he comes good, but man, that was just super disappointing. Jack McRae was not disappointing at all. 153. So it looks like we've got another reliable captain option there. He scored over 100 in the first round as well when his team got smashed. So yeah, brilliant. Caleb Daniel, fantastic. Garcia, I had no choice but to field him even after it was announced that he was going to be the sub. I'd already traded out Perryman and Sanders, who had both already played at that point. So I didn't have a choice but to play him on field with Bailey Smith also being a laid out. I had to chuck him on the bench and I had no one to replace him. So yeah, that is my round 2 team. I'm very glad I got rid of Perryman. He absolutely stunk it up, 43. And Sanders, he did reach his break even, but his role, not great. I don't know how many CBAs he had. I'd imagine it wasn't many. I was a bit worried after what I saw in the second half of round 1, especially with Frazier playing really well in the midfield role. So I jumped off him. Probably would have been handy to have him in the forward line, and that would have meant I wouldn't have had to fill Hugo Garcia, but I think it's only a matter of time before he drops a 30 or 40 score and everyone's jumping off of him. So I am glad in some ways that I have gotten off him early. I still think something like 35% of teams have him. So yeah, it's only a matter of time before everyone starts jumping off Sanders. So I got off that one early, hopefully. That pays dividends. Anyways, let's get into my trades for round 3. So I've already settled both of my trades. Now, originally I was going to get rid of Hugo Garcia, but I was listening to the Traders podcast. They seem to really think that he's not going to be the sub this week. He is playing against Richmond. I'm kind of holding out a bit of hope that he is not the sub. And even if he is, it's best 18. He's pretty cheap. You wouldn't think he's going to go down too much more in price. So I'm happy to hold on to him this week, actually. And, well, if he's not the sub, then you'd hope that St Kilda could do a number on Richmond and he could score, maybe an 80, even a 70, I wouldn't mind. But again, best 18, if he is the sub again, shouldn't cost me too much. And frankly, I think there's other priorities, like getting out Sam Taylor. I didn't trade him out last week. I held on to him while he had his bye. And, I've just got to get rid of him this week before he undoes that cash generation he made in round 1. Will Day as well. He's made plenty of cash, but he scored 77 and 75 in the last 2 weeks. He's coming up against arguably the best tagger in the league in Toby Bedford. He's not going to score great this week. There's every chance he drops a 50 or 60. Yeah, I'm not confident at all. He's shown he's susceptible to the tag, and Toby Bedford, there's arguably no one better at it in the game than him. So I've banked a bit of cash by going down to Xavier Lindsay. I brought in Ashcroft last week. Lindsay is the other must-have rookie, and I don't think it's too late to jump on him. He's still got a break even of minus 13 or something ridiculous, so he's still got to make plenty more cash. So I'm getting on him this week, and I'm trading out Sam Taylor for Nazaya Wanganeen-Milera. I'm not quite sure what the pronunciation of his last name is there. I still have plenty of cash even going up towards him because, as you can see here, I've got 481k in the bank after those 2 trades are completed. I had 480k in the bank last week, so I'm keeping cash in the bank this week again to do any more fix-up trades, because there are still a couple other things that I think I do need to fix up in the team. Having plenty of cash to play around with in the trades next week is potentially going to be critical for me. So getting in another premium defender who looks like a pretty reliable scorer, I think that's a win. Getting out Sam Taylor, also a win. And Will Day, I'm probably going to look to get him back in at some point once his tough run is over, because his mid-season run is looking pretty good. Not as many really good taggers in there and a few better matchups for midfielders, but I'm getting off of him this week before he undoes all that cash generation he's made me. So that's going to wrap up my review for my fantasy team this week. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think of my team and my trades this week. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.